Welcome everyone. I hope you guys are doing well today. It's been quite a while since my last stream, unfortunately. I have underestimated the holiday season and it has beaten my ass since I work in retail. But I finally have some time to stream. So we're gonna try and get some things done before the end of the year. Hopefully next week I do have a schedule also. Can't say for sure the week after Christmas. I just might take that week off to like rest before I start the new year strong, hopefully. But yeah, this year went by really quick for some reason. I don't understand how it's already December. Christmas is next week. It feels unreal. Hopefully you guys all have Christmas lists and hopefully Santa will get you the things you need. Today we are going to be continuing Virche Evermore with Mathis's route. This game, I swear, is cursed to me because I've had to keep on rescheduling this stream so many times. I think at least 5, but we're finally continuing it. Hopefully we can just finish, at least get one ending to Mathis's route. And then after that, I'll see if I want to get his other endings or jumpstart onto some other character routes instead and see how that works out. I'm not too sure how I want to go about this yet though. But Nimby, hello, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I hope you're doing well today. Oh yeah, trying to think what happened last time. Last time, Mathis, he's on his own trying to find Barreau because we figured out the Barreau that got killed with the acids isn't actually Barreau. There is another one out there. Our mother, Lobe, she is a bit suspicious. We got to keep an eye on her. I'm not sure what her real deal is because when the Barreau got melted with the acid, you could hear her voice in the background like above us, but MC didn't hear it. So that's suspicious there. Like they had her voice there for a reason. So we gotta kind of just keep an eye on her just in case. I don't trust her 100%, maybe like 95%. Considering how Mother is, I don't think she's gonna hurt MC, at least her. So we'll just see how that works out. We found out that John's, his lover, she unfortunately is dead. Even though they did promise not to be relivers because they want to only just love each other, which is sad as hell. Yeah, so Mathis is by himself trying to find Barreau. It's kind of sad, and we're just trying to do what we can. Hopefully we catch him before Mathis, because obviously Mathis is not psychologically well. He has lots of trauma. Everyone in this game has trauma, and I love it. So we will see how his trauma works out for him. Oh, also, we learned that Mathis's parents weren't just mean to him, they were extremely abusive. They locked this kid down in the basement of their house, basically no food, when they just did not like him. Much worse than just maybe slapping him. Slapping him is still bad, but like much worse than I expected. Which is understandable why he really loves his older brother, who was killed by Barreau. His older brother is basically his light in that dark basement, and the reason why he likes writing and novels and stuff like that. Oh yeah, but I think that's a quick recap of what happened. We're just gonna go ahead and continue. After reconverging with John, we headed to Korun to determine our next course of action, based on the information we learn. But John suddenly frowned. Right. I definitely almost forgot about that too. So while doing some investigation about Barreau, we found out the deliverer, the guy who came to this island to show off like things from other places, he, quotation marks, we don't know if it's actually deliverer, is taking prostitutes and taking them off the island to somewhere else where they can have a happy life. But obviously we have no evidence of those prostitutes living a happy life. So we're assuming Barreau is the one who killed them. And the prostitute, I think, from the first part of me playing the general route, unfortunately, she did not make it, and that pissed me off. Her, out of all people. Wonderful. Just great. Ooh, being sold also? I didn't think about that angle. We have the evidence of that other one dying at least. I don't think they have body evidence of the other prostitutes though. But assuming they did miraculously escape, then what?
幸せになんてなれねえよ。 この国の人間だと知られたが最後、確実に殺される。
Oh. I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense. Like if you meet someone that says, hey, we're from the island where everyone dies at the age of like 23, what's up? You would definitely not want to be around them just in case somehow the curse can transfer to you. Then you end up transferring that curse and it just keeps on going. You know, that's kind of understandable. If someone told me that and we actually have evidence of that occurrence happening, I honestly would be a bit scared to interact just in case, since we don't really know much about the curse besides the basics. Huh? Are you serious? I heard that people in other countries were afraid of those who lived here. Adolph's and the others' expressions seem to confirm it.
世界全体からすれば、それだけこの国が異端ってことなんだろう。貧民街で生まれた子は、そういった基本的な教育を施すための施設にすら入れないから。外の国がこのアルペシェールをどう思っているのか、知らずに配達人の話を信じてしまったんじゃないのかな。
I understand how they feel. If Anko hadn't stopped me, I would have died wishing to be a normal girl. If there is a place out there that didn't know who I was, and I went there, would I be able to shed my identity as death?
で、これからどうする？早速俺たち自身で噂のおまじないとやらを試してみるか？うまくいけば配達人と夜の仰せとしゃれ込めるぜ。
Are we really gonna catch who the deliverer person is?
ですが、そのおまじないを実行して願いを叶えるのは
Oh, fun time! Hello, hi, I'm sorry I've been joining your live stream. When I'm the game you've been playing to interact with me, but I'm playing to join your freak. Oh, that's perfectly fine. I understand some things I play don't really, what's the word, resonate with some people, so they skip streams. That is perfectly fine, understandable. Yeah, I'm very excited to play the Circus Freak Show tomorrow. I'm very excited for that one. The update looks pretty good so far from what I've seen.
俺たちが試したところで遠くから警戒されるだけに終わるでしょうし。
Everyone turned their attention to me.
ダメに決まって。
I'll do it. I'll make it happen. I quickly raised my hand enthusiastically, before Adolphe could say any more. No one seemed very happy with my enthusiasm, but I can't back down now. I doubt I can beat Mathis to Barreau by playing it safe. If I want to stop him, I need to show an equal level of determination. They did their best to sway me, but my decision was made. Later that night, I ran my hand over the dagger I borrowed from Adolphe to use in self-defense. I took a deep breath. With my newfound resolve, I began the ritual as instructed. We're actually gonna do it? Can we just see period again? I've been seeing clips online, but I'm only... Yeah, I'm making sure I have not seen any spoilers, just read quick reviews about how people really enjoyed the update, and that's really it. I raised a clear bottle filled with water and beautiful flowers to the sky. The flowers slowly swayed in the water as the starlight silently glimmered through it. Huh? Perhaps it was my fault for focusing on the bottle in my hand. Before I could react, someone moved behind me and put their hand on my... Who the hell is already here? Do I know that voice? A sharp voice stopped the person behind me. Oh! Doctor? Who's this? Oh! There's no shot. That's Mathis? Mathis cross-dress? Oh, does Mathis know about the whole prostitute thing? Is that why... Oh my god, I'm like, who is this lady? But it's Mathis the whole time.
ブローかそれとも別の人間か
Like when you play Yonder game, we can finger. Yeah, hopefully I can start playing a bit more in the future. There's just a lot of games I want to play, so I'm trying to balance it out properly.
今彼女に対して何をしようと
Great.
していた
Mathis looks pretty as hell. The voice belonged to Mathis?
よかった間に合って
Crap. I know it's the doctor, but I can't remember his name at this point. It was a dear person I was trying to outsmart, dressed in a beautiful outfit.
どうしてあなたがこんな場所にいるのかは
My bad, dude.
後ほど聞きますがまずはこの男への対処が優先ですね
With that, he firmed his grip on his knife. Yeah, see you next live stream. Have a nice day. The shadow shook as the blade touched his neck.
待ってほしい。何か妙な誤解をしていないかな。私はただ知り合いの姿を見つけたので声をかけようとしただけなのだが。
We do know him, but is that the reason why you approached me?
知り合い
His voice was very familiar. Dr. That's cappuccino. I was thinking it sounds like kind of like a coffee.
カプシーヌって確か前にイーブさんたちが入院してた病院のお医者様
Yeah, so what are you doing out here, dude?
あれから大事ないかな。
Well, they're moving about, so that's good.
無償で経過観察をしてあげたいところだが、ひとまずナイフを下ろすよう彼女を説得してくれると助かるのだが。
A few minutes later, after Mathis lowered his knife, Adolphe and the rest appeared, running to our side.
やっぱりあんただったか
Please show him in the outfit.
一瞬あんたが配達人かと思ったがんな目立つ服装で人さらいなんてするわけねえしな
配達に皆揃って一体何の話をしているのかね。
See, now this game's making me suspicious of everyone. Can I trust Capuchin?
申し訳ありません。こちらにも少々込み入った事情がありまして。
Adolphe and the others glanced briefly at a large boulder in the distance. Where... Is he just sitting there? Aww. I want to see him in the outfit. In the shadows, I was with Mathis behind the boulder, helping him take off his clothes, which he was having a hard time removing. The clothes you were wearing. Mathis's face went completely red at the start of my question.
その僕も配達人の噂を酒場で聞いておびき出せないかと思ったんですが、見知らぬ女性に危険な踊り役なんてお願いすることもできなくて。
Oh.
だからそのやむなく自分で遠目からなら体型とかもごまかせるかなと。
I was impressed. That is so like you, Mathis. I understood the gravity of the situation, but I couldn't keep from chuckling.
笑わないでください。これでも一生懸命考えた作戦だったんです。
Where'd you get the clothes? Oh, well, I'm sorry. I wasn't laughing because of your appearance. I was laughing because I'm relieved that they're still too kind to put someone else in this position. Oh, we save. Save. I don't even know what would be the good one here. Bro, the way these choices all kind of feel the same, even though they're different. You looked cute. I'm relieved. Do we... You look cute. That seems like something I would definitely say in the moment. was I'm relieved feel a bit better in this situation. Like, we're happy he didn't really throw away his morals to put someone else in danger to help to capture Barreau. Pre. Ooh. I was really scared when Dr. Capuchin appeared behind me. Even though it turned out to be a misunderstanding, I'm relieved that you came to save me, Mathis. He looked rather perplexed by my comment, but it didn't take long for him to move on to the next subject.
でも、その小瓶を持っているということは、
Yeah.
あなたも配達人を誘うためおとりになったということですか?
Yeah.
どうしてそんな危ないことを?
Oh, Emily, hello. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. You play Calypsia Let's Descend Together. I've heard about that one. That is on my list. I gotta find a day to play it. And how are you? I am wonderful. I hope you're doing well. Finally continuing with this game.
アドルフさんたちなら止めてくれると思ったのに。
They didn't try hard enough. I was acting selfishly and forced him to agree with using me as bait. Hearing how calm I was, Mathis's face flared red with anger.
確かに今の僕はあなたと行動を別にして争ってすら言いますが、だからってあなたに何があってもいいと思っているわけじゃありません。もしもあなたの身に何かあったら、僕は元凶となった自分を許せない。僕の帰りを待ってくれるって言うなら、それを自分から破るようなことはしないでください。
Oh, you're too sweet. Mathis. I was happy to hear him say that, but...
はいはい、坊ちゃん、そこまでにしてください。せっかくの再会だというのに、わざわざ衝突することもないでしょ。それで、あんたはどうしてこんな場所で一人でいたんだ？
どうしても何も。ここは私の病院から一番近い海岸なのでね。稀に病院を抜け出した患者や医者が散歩に出ることがあるのだよ。だから
見つけたら連れ戻せるよう巡回してたって。
Bro, is everyone here? Dr. Capucci nodded in response, at which point everyone sighed. After a short discussion, the doctor confirmed that he hadn't seen anyone resembling the deliverer out here before.
おとり作戦は失敗だね。
We can't do this again, can we? Just in case the deliverer actually saw all of us here, they would know that it is all a ruse.
なら今夜はもう一回解散しようぜ。
Yeah, nothing else to do at this point.
配達人がどんなに仕事熱心だろうが、こんな騒がしい連中のもとには来ねえだろ。
坊ちゃんももうそろそろ眠たくなる時間帯でしょ。お小言は言いませんから、約束通り屋敷まで戻られてください。
うん。
Adolphe offered to escort me back to the orphanage, but I asked him to wait just a moment. This was about the only time I had to talk to Mathis. After all, he would disappear from me tomorrow to go after Barreau again. I wanted to spend as much time with him as I could.
僕が踏んだせいでぐしゃぐしゃになってしまいましたね。
We sat next to each other on his bed, as I peeked at his work still in progress.
恋に落ちた主人公の男女がとうとう恐ろしい死神を打ち破り、互いへの愛を告白しようとする場面。こんな大事なところで書くのをやめようとしていたなんて。あの時の僕は本当に どうかしていたみたいです。ありがとうございます。あの時の僕からこの物語を守ってくれて。
You don't need to thank me. He gently touched the papers as he apologized for trampling on them.
ずっと告白のセリフが思い浮かばなかったんですけど。
He dipped the end of his dry pen into the inkwell and began filling the open space where he left off.
できた。
Oh, what did you write? Mathis moved the pen away from the paper and looked at it with a smile.
不思議。あんなに悩んでたのに、こんなにあっさり書けちゃうなんて。これもあなたがそばにいてくれる。
Huh? What did he mean by that? I was still bewildered as Mathis handed me his manuscript.
どうか僕の復讐が終わるまでこれを預かってはくれませんか。僕が持っているとまた八つ当たりをしてしまいそうで怖いから。
I doubt you do that again, Mathis.
するという妙な確信があるんです。最近また熱もないのに感情の緩急が激しくなってきているんです。ふとした瞬間に兄さんが殺された記憶が勝手に蘇ってきて、道端の壁を怒りのままに殴ってしまったりもしているんです。
Really?
あなたと一緒に作り上げた物語をこの手で壊したくないからどうか。
Understood. But I'm only holding onto it for the time being. I quietly took the work that he handed to me. So I need you to come and get it back one day to complete the story.
はい、もちろんです。それはあなたへの思いを込めて書いた
sweet.
僕の大事な心そのものですから。
I want more moments like these, but I know we're gonna have some angst, right? Okay. Adolphe took me back to the orphanage, where I was greeted by Mother, who had the most worried look on her face. I did tell her what I was going to do beforehand, but she didn't approve of it at all. So I decided to speak to her myself about what happened. But I didn't let her know that I acted as bait.
ねえ、事情を聞いてからずっと聞こうと思っていたのだけれど。
Yes, Mother?
あなたはどうしてマティス君のためにそこまでのことができるの？彼は本当にあなたにとってただの友達止まりの人なのかしら。
Damn, Mother clocked it so easily. Well, her unexpected question caught me off guard. I did see him as only a friend a while ago, but I then began to tell Mother about the days I spent with Mathis. How he took a turn for the better after I served him my cooking. How he held my hand despite being scared of so many people around. How he bought me a wonderful book. How we were working together to write an exciting adventure story. How he showed his beautiful emotions to me. How uncontrollably warm my heart felt being with him. It's not that I want to be someone special to him. I just want to go back to the days when we worked on his story together.
そう。あなたの心をそこまで掴んだ彼の小説。完成したら私も読んでみたいわ。 アメリの書いたものと似ていたりするのかしらね。血のつながった親子ですもの。
Emily? That was Mathis's mother's name. Mother nodded with nostalgia.
偽名だったから誰も知らないでしょうけれど、
Oh!
彼女も仕事の傍ら小説を書いていたのよ。とっても恥ずかしがり屋だったから知人にしか配っていないけれどね。
Shy? Okay. Mother has a different look at Mathis's parents compared to what actually happened in that house.
私も一冊もらったから。あなたも読んでみる？
Okay.
はい、これ。女の子も楽しめるこの
Oh.
国を舞台にした冒険譚よ。懐かしいわね。いつか生まれる子供に読み聞かせたいのって。寝る間も惜しんで書いていたっけ。
Huh. Is that so? Mother smiled with joy. Then, after taking a deep breath, her smile transformed into sorrow.
本当に亡くなっているのが残念だわ。息子が自分と同じ道を歩んでくれていると知ったら泣いて喜んでいたと思うのに。
Wait. Passed away? I know Barreau killed Mathis's brother. Didn't they say Barreau killed the parents or the parents were murdered?
どうかした？
What do you mean passed away? Wait a minute, Mother. We have some conflicting info right now. Were you given misinformation or what? No. Something didn't feel right. Mother's description of the Claude family feels off. It really does, and it's bothering me. Obviously, it can be a situation where we know they're the benefactors of the orphanage. So she definitely has met them a few times, especially how she's talking about Mathis's mother. So I'm assuming she's only seen them when they're showing their best in front of other people. But behind closed doors in their mansion, that's where they actually abuse Mathis. So that's where the conflicting info is at. But do we want to tell Mother about all of that? The impression I get is completely different from what I heard from Mathis and John. Is there more to Mother having a different, what's the word? I can't remember the word. How she sees them compared to what we know and what Mathis and John have told us? Or is that just how they acted and that's nothing, there's nothing big about it? Mother seemed to imply that Monsieur and Madame Claude were kind and loving parents. Impression, that's the word. It was like hearing about a completely different person. We could ask John, honestly. I wonder if their moods changed a lot. I'm gonna keep that in my back pocket. I placed the novel on my desk and sat on the bed. It wasn't that I was uninterested in this novel, but I'd rather read the story that Mathis is writing. I went back to the scene that Mathis had just finished earlier. Huh? As I read it, I realized her name had been written as my name. Oh, bro was so into writing that scene, he didn't write the actual protagonist's name. Why? I couldn't stop myself from turning the page. The two of them vowed to work together to solve the mystery plaguing the town. What was going to happen next? Soon, I arrived at a certain page where my hand became still. I saw a new passage written there. The hero was speaking to the heroine who worked with him on the case. Thank you for being with a person like me. Your beautiful words and heart gave me the courage I needed. I love you. I love you as a woman, Lottie. Bro, was that on purpose? So, from this day forward, let's have adventures together. Please stay by my side forever. Ah. What Mathis said to me before came to mind. He told me before that he wanted to protect me. Is this what he was referring to? Tears flowed down my cheeks. I did my best to wipe the tears away before they hit the page. I then read it again. Again and again. If this was how he really felt, and if these words of love were his confession, I'm so happy, but I was happy and sad at the same time. After all, he might forget this feeling if his desire for vengeance takes over. Is this the reason he asked me to hold on to this? So that he wouldn't forget. And if he did, so he could remember his feelings again. Could I really hope that this was his idea? I could only imagine what he meant by entrusting his novel to me. But there is one thing that I knew for sure. I will protect this with all I have. Until the day came when he reached the end of his desire for revenge. Then, we could continue writing this novel together again. And when that day arrived, I was sure he would share with me the feelings that he wrote about in his novel. As I carefully put the papers away, I looked again at the book I got from Mother that was sitting on the desk. A story that Mathis's mother wrote herself. Maybe I should bring this with me when the time comes. Perhaps by then, Mathis will have found some healing from what happened with his parents. Probably not, but okay. It's nice to dream big, I guess. The pain from his path was undoubtedly a part of him, but I sincerely believed he was more than that. For the time being, I decided to glance through the book and turn the page. Thank you for being with a person like me. Your beautiful words and heart gave me the courage I needed. I love you. I love you as a woman. So, from this day forward, let's have adventures together. Please, stay by my side forever. Huh? The words inside were practically the same as what I read earlier. Wait, was that from the mother's novel? What's going on here? My eyes widened in disbelief as I quickly flipped through the pages. The beginning of the— What do you mean? What do you mean it's the same as Mathis's? What? The beginning of the story and every word throughout the novel looked eerily similar. Okay, we have another mystery? Hold on, let me continue. I think I have a theory, but it's probably wrong as hell, but we'll see. Please, let this be my imagination. I lettered the two novels next to each other as I prayed for something that wouldn't come true. The words were in both novels for a perfect match. What do you mean word for word though? Because we sat there and worked on the novel with Mathis. We would see if he was copying from something else, right? What do you mean by this? Okay. The only difference was the name of the heroine and the part where the hero confessed his love. So Mathis was actually copying what his mother wrote. No, he wouldn't do such a thing. We were there with him when he wrote some of these parts, so we would have noticed something was amiss, him actually copying. So like, did his mother actually read this novel to him as a kid? And he, because of all the trauma and the abuse he went through, it just kind of is in the back of his mind. And it resurfaced, him not knowing is what it was when he was writing down his novel. That's the only thing I can really think of. We were also thinking together about what to write. Considering the situation, I doubted he knew the story he was going to write beforehand. This novel wasn't made widely available, and even if it had been in the mansion, it didn't seem like Mathis would have known. What in the world is going on? Oh, we gotta unpack some more trauma from this boy, don't we? It matched so perfectly that it could hardly be called a coincidence. I can only stare at the novels side by side as a strange chill crawled down my spine. I don't know if we're gonna confront him about this novel bit, but now that's stuck in my head too. Ooh, Mathis, okay, Mathis Poe, what you doing, buddy? You eating your veggies? You sleeping?
追加した場面読んでくれたかな?
We definitely did. It was a roundabout way of confessing my love. Not that I was looking forward to her reply. I was just hoping that she knew what I felt for her, despite being caught up in all this hatred. I might not have been direct, but I hope she would understand how I felt about her.
でもいつかはちゃんと現実で伝えたいな。僕はあなたにキラキラとした恋をしています。
Oh, you're so cute and you're so full of trauma. You just need the biggest hug and some cookies, maybe. Wait. Oh my god, chat. I just remembered. The scene where we're drying his hair. He had some little metallic marking thing in the back of his neck that we noticed, and we talked about it. But Mathis thought we were joking. I forgot about the theory about him not being totally human. Yeah, there's something wrong with him. Because this whole static thing? Are there androids in this game? I see. The time is of the essence. We don't even get a voice. Who was saying that? Perhaps I should fall in love with her again as my new self. What is that? What do you need? Who is this? Oh. No, show that again. That was like a little lab. No! It was an underground lab. Okay. I don't know what that means. Right. Mathis might not be fully human. The next day. Okay, I'm gonna stop with the theories because I'm just gonna make myself even more confused. We're just gonna continue playing. I came to visit the Claude Mansion to see Mathis, but as expected, he wasn't around.
申し訳ありません。昨夜の様子なら行き先ぐらいは告げてくださると思ったのですが。
It's fine. To be honest, I was a bit relieved. His story being exactly the same as his mother's. John, would you know? Would you have info? I simply didn't have what it took to ask him about it right now.
あなたは本日も自警団の皆さんと共に行動を?
Yes, we're going to Cernovo this time.
おお、ということはシアン様を訪ねられるのですね。共に行けない俺と坊ちゃんの分まで挨拶をよろしくお願いいたします。
My mission today was to ask Sion about whether Barreau could been revived through Reliver technology. Sion, I haven't seen my boy in a while. With John taking care of the mansion, I headed out to Cernovo with Eves. We arrived at the Institute to discover a large crowd waiting outside the facility. That's not good. ダフー！
どうか押さないで落ち着いてください。一人ずつ来てください。中に入るには誓約書の確認が必要です。
Oh? Everyone's making sure they have the reliver stuff ready. I guess with the whole Burrow thing, they're all making sure that they have their backup ready just in case anything happens. What the?
こんにちは。
Lucas!
ここは見ての通りの状況なので、研究所に何か用事があるのなら日を改めた方がよろしいかと。
Lucas.
これは何がどうなってるんですか？国立研究所でこんな騒ぎが起きるなんて。ここにいる人たちがいつこの衛兵に拘束されるかわからないですよ。
私も皆さんにそう訴えたのですが、聞く耳を持っていただけなくて。何でも研究所のサーバーに保管されていた
The servers.
クローン体に移行するための記憶データの一部が盗み出されてしまったそうです。
Oh my god, what do you mean someone stole the data? Who the hell can go in there and just do that? That's not Mathis, is it? Bro, someone's gotta be bold as hell and so sure of themselves to even think about the idea, execute the idea, and get away with it.
装置を壊されたとかじゃなく、
And not breaking,
バックアップ
stealing?
が盗まれるなんて。
Stealing.
ありえるんですか？
So if someone steals it, they're gonna use it for something. It has purpose instead of just going in and just smashing everything to pieces. That's even scarier.
ありえるからこそ、こんなにも人々が怒り狂っているのでしょうね。
So I guess they're making sure there are backups in the system just in case, especially with Barobe out there. Decipher, hello, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. According to Lucas, a certain man came to the Institute to fill out the required papers for his family to become relivers. It was then that one of the researchers found out that their memory data went missing. This was something that had never happened before, so the chaos that ensued wasn't surprising. So it was the guy who came in and signed all that just as a way to get into the Institute. They then went into a full investigation to discover something they didn't expect. Not only did they lose a large amount of backup data, but was also replaced with fake data? How does that work for the reliver technology? It became clear then that the data must have been stolen. Bro. Okay, yeah, no wonder everything's in shambles right now. Rumors immediately spread, which led to the crowd of people trying to find their way inside for answers.
苦労して金を集めてリライバーになろうとしてるってのに、ここの管理はどうなってんだ。俺だってもういつ呪いにやられてもおかしくないんだ。バックアップがないなら早く取り直さねえと。
Ooh, that would be suck if you already paid the money to be a reliver and they lost your backup data.
私の知り合いなんて間に合わなかったのよ。彼、リライバーになったら。
Ooh. Can you sue? Can you sue the Institute for this? Will the royal family allow that? Are there lawyers here?
兄を殺したブローをクルーンが殺してくれたから。もう憎しみを忘れて気楽に生きるつもりだってそう言ってたのに。
うわ、あれじゃそのうちダハトたちが押しつぶされちゃうよ。ごめん、ちょっと手助けしてきてもいいかな。
Yeah, you go ahead. I'm gonna stay to the side. Go ahead.
私もお手伝いしましょう。君は巻き込まれないよう離れた場所で待っていてください。
Hearing that the memory data was stolen doesn't feel real at all. In addition, it sounded like the genetic component of the backup data wasn't stolen. Why did this person steal only the memory? Maybe they wanted to read the records of someone's past. But, when they stole the memory, do they know who was inside it, or they just stole it just knowing it was just full of memory?
そんなこと不可能に決まっているだろう。
Well, damn. I forgot Cian was a bit mean. So, what are you doing outside the Institute, buddy? You're in charge of everything. How long had he been there?
なんだ、人の顔を見た途端幽霊を見たような顔をして。今日の訪問を申し出たのはお前たちの方だろうが。
That's why I'm surprised to see you here, Cian. Aren't you going to do something about the commotion?
知らん。データが盗まれたのは1年前にバカな王族どもが。
Bro, I just realized the buttons on his shirt are not buttoned properly, and that seems just like something he would do.
俺の弱みを握ろうとセキュリティを強引に解除したのが原因だ。なぜ火のない俺が奴らの尻拭いをしなければならん。
Well, now that you put it that way, it made sense. It was the royal family's fault, which is why the royal guard was noticeably absent. Seeing that I understood what he said, Xianbin began to speak more about the situation, probably out of boredom.
記憶のデータという言葉だけを聞けば、大抵の人間は好きに振り返ることのできる本のようなものを想像するだろう。だが実際は全く違う。
Was the right one? There were no words or pictures. Stored in the Institute server were enormous amounts of memories formulated into matrices of ones and zeros. What that meant was, the memories weren't stored as words or imagery. Oh, so we need to have so there's no way of actually seeing what the memories are. Huh. Did someone possibly found a way? Only clones into which the proper data was downloaded could read and decipher them into memories. But the genetic data that was needed along with the memory data wasn't stolen for some reason. Does the person who stole the memory know all this information that they can't just look at the memory easily? Like, you can't just put it in the computer like a USB and read all the files up there. Or did they know this and is using the data for something else? Or they have a way to actually read it like a book? Does that mean that there's nothing to gain from the stolen data? If I recall correctly, downloading data that doesn't match the clone body will only cause the bugs that could ruin the brain.
普通のクローン体にダウンロードすればそうなるな。
Normal.
だが、生まれる前の細胞なら話は別だ。
Before birth, like a pregnancy. A fetus.
例えるなら、胎教が近い。お前も聞いたことぐらいはあるだろう。
Can you just do that? Yeah, like how a pregnant woman might play music or tell stories for the fetus to listen to. I heard those kind of things can affect the baby's personality and even their memory.
それと同じ理屈だ。生命になる前のとある細胞に記憶のダウンロードという名の胎教を施してやれば。
So you're saying it's possible to have baby born with someone else's memory?
ああ、だがそれもごくわずかな上に長持ちもしない。
He explained that the person's body and mind would notice that the memory didn't match the body genetically.
盗まれたデータがどこかで違法な実験に使われた可能性も考えたが、俺と同等の研究者しか実現が不可能な上、かかる手間に対し得られる利益は皆無に等しい。研究所に目をつけられる危険を負ってまでそんな無駄な実験を行おうとする輩はいないだろうな。
So they stole the memory with purpose. They have an idea of what they're gonna do with it. We just don't know it. Cian, you make it sound as though you tried it before. Yeah, he probably did.
あるわけないだろう。あくまで家庭の話だ。
Just as our conversation was about to end, Eves and Lucas somehow help manage the crowds, and... Dahoot, are you okay, buddy? You're working hard.
イブさんたちが来てくれなかったら圧死するところでした。
本当に怪我人が出なかったのは奇跡です。
The people dispersed and left the institute with disgruntled murmurs. After parting ways with Lucas, we finally found ourselves in Cien's laboratory.
リライバーの生産技術はこの国立研究所が独占している。他に一切の例外はなく、これが許さん。だがブローがリライバーとして蘇ったと仮定すると、この研究所に所属、あるいは過去にしていた何者かが廃棄予定だった古い装置を盗み出し、どこかで悪用している可能性が最も高いだろう。
Didn't even think about there being old models of the Reliver technology.
時間はかかるが、該当しそうなものを洗い出しておく。
Thank you. So at least we have something. By the time such a decision was made, it had already gotten dark outside. As we prepared to part ways, Eves and Tahoot began talking about baking sweets when...
待て、死神の小娘。お前は今クロード家に仕えているのだったな。
Yes? I turned around as Cien stopped me.
あの羊に伝言がある。一言一句互いずつ伝えろ。
Word for word? Okay. To John, of course. What do you want to say to him?
警告はした。
I warned you? What do you mean? What'd you warn him about?
今も持っているだろうカメラを速やかに俺の元へ返せ。
I know you still have that camera. Returned it while you still can. What technology does this man have? What do you mean camera? Was he referring to the camera John carried with him all the time? Did you lend it to John by chance? I didn't recall him ever saying so before. The way you phrased it, your message makes it sound like John stole it from you.
ようなも何も奴が持っているカメラは間違いなく、数年前に研究所から盗まれたものだ。
Few years ago. I couldn't absorb the many shocking revelations he shared with me. He said it was stolen, but John said before that he got the camera through connections. What's so special about this camera if it belongs to the Institute? I feel like it was just a regular camera that takes pictures. Cien would not care about it, but there's something important about it. Perhaps his camera just looks similar to the one that was stolen. Cien said that it wasn't possible. He explained that cameras were extremely valuable, and the inventory was tightly controlled. Oh, is it? Okay. Forgot the whole technology disparity here. Okay, so cameras are valuable here. Is it just a plain camera? So apparently, even prominent figures from Chetis were allowed to own cameras. He was curious as to how John actually had a photograph, so he searched the rental records. He discovered that the records were tampered with, and that one camera went missing a while back. It can't be, but why? How many years ago was that? John's almost reaching 23. Few years, what, that's like 3 or more? Why was John lying? Suddenly. What? I can't have any relaxing moment. They just keep bringing revelations of more of me. Oh my god. Okay. Revelations? One of those words. You keep bringing stuff up in front of me. It's too much info. I heard a shout from afar. I then heard a digital tone coming from Eve's chest. What's going on, Eves?
アドルフからの緊急通信。今全員に聞こえるように音量を上げるね。
Is this a bro situation?
二人ともまだセルネボルにいるなら今
Is it bro? Please no.
シュディで男が一人ブローにやられ
Can I? Oh no, they're really ramping up the angst and action right now.
しかも最悪なことに
Mm-hmm.
居合わせたマティスが路地に逃げたやつを追いかけていっちまった
Mathis, please, please, please take care of yourself. I swear to God, bro. Mathis?
くそ今回は男性が狙われたのか
As we were surprised by the turn of events, Hugo told us where it all happened.
近いな。一応研究員を避難させるか。ダハト。
はいはい。一応確認しますけど、王族からの観光令は破っちゃっていいんです
Oh, go ahead, buddy.
構わん。これだけの騒ぎになればもう隠し通せんだろう。それでも文句を言ってきたら全て俺が受け付ける。
The Hoot responded immediately and quickly dashed inside the institute.
クルーンに小娘。どうせお前らは現場へ行くんだろう。急ぐなら研究所の車を使っても構わんぞ。運
Ooh?
転手も貸してやる。
He probably had everything ready from the beginning, as a car rolled out from behind the institute and stopped in front of us. The driver's window rolled down. It was the driver, who almost ran into John back at the Marche in Cheddus.
あの時は失礼いたしました。今度はかつ丁寧な運転をお約束させていただきます。
Thank you, buddy.
これは貸しだ。ブローを生け捕りにしたら俺の元へ連れてこい。
Will do.
奴のあの身体能力には多少興味があるからな。
I nodded in response, then hurried into the car. I closed the door, and immediately the driver revved the engine.
飛ばします。舌を噛まないように捕まっていてくださいね。
We'll make sure. Before I could say anything, what appeared to be the most advanced model of electric car owned by the Institute sped off so quickly that it could kill anyone who got in the way.
いやマティスみたいな運転をする人がまさかもう一人いるなんて
Eves, oh, this poor boy is suffering. At least we're gonna make it there quickly and hopefully alive. I don't think similar is the right word to use. It was though Mathis himself was at the wheel. Oh, I know we're in a hurry, but can you please slow down a...
運転に集中できないので話しかけないでください。
Okay, my bad. Keep doing what you're doing.
くそ。ブローの姿を見つけられたら車ごと突っ込んでやるのに。
Oh no. His style of speech sounded familiar. The moment he took the handle and got the car running, his eyes and personality changed. This is way too similar to a certain someone I knew. Fortunately, no one was hit during the drive, and we quickly found ourselves at a corner in Cheddus. You good? Don't throw up. You're good. Swallow it.
アドルフたちと合流しに路地に入るから。
Maybe you should take a nice breath of fresh air and throw up in the corner just in case.
君はこの車の中で待機しておいてマティスの姿を見つけたら
Okay, please let me know if anyone is hurt. Bro, I don't think he's gonna make it. I quietly looked out on as Yves left. You just sitting in the car now? The nearby residents looked bewildered by Barreau's unexpected return, and the corpse directed them back inside their homes. It seems like things were fairly under control, especially considering the urgency of the transmitter message earlier, but... Oh, please no! A familiar young boy was going against the flow of people and headed into one of the alleys. Isn't he... Is it the prostitute's brother? No, not our girl, please. Yup. He was with the woman killed by Barreau.
どこへ
My bad, dude. Give me a sec. I quickly got out of the car to give chase. The alley was dark and maze-like, making it difficult to see ahead. I got you. What in the world are you doing? You need to find shelter with the other people. Why was he here and chat us in the first place? Yeah, of course. Another Mathis situation. His demeanor was similar to Mathis's. I bit out on my lip to force myself to keep hold of his arm. I had to stop him. I couldn't help but remember his strong, beautiful sister who sought a better life. I'm sorry, but I can't let you go. She wasn't acting for herself. She was probably trying to leave the country for the sake of her younger brother. Can he bring him to our home, to our orphanage, maybe? But he was resisting a lot more than I thought, and he somehow wrestled free and made his escape. Wait! I kept running through the alleys. I finally reached, not the young boy, but... Oh, of course! He's fighting Barreau. A person seeking vengeance was fighting head-on against Barreau with nothing but a short dagger. Does Barreau have... Is Barreau a guy? I'm looking at this Barreau here. Kinda has like a male physique. Mathis! Mathis was knocked back against the wall. He didn't let up and pushed against the wall to gain momentum. He quickly moved within striking range of Barreau. For some reason, Barreau stopped for a moment at Mathis's roar. Mathis's knife found its mark. Wait, could we use that blood? Like, if there's blood splatter, could we give it to CN and maybe they can see if any DNA matches in the system? Blood began to pour from Barreau's side. Interesting. This Barreau was caught off guard. The one from before that Yves and Adolphe fought, he was very, very tough and they barely got any like hits into him. I was stunned by the sight. Mathis. He actually hit Barreau. He wasn't close to a threat to Barreau when they first met. Wait. It looked like he was in the same mental state as when he trampled on his own novel. Do we even want to approach him at this point? His face was warped with ferocity. He was shouting phrases that weren't making any sense. Yeah, the one, about the board thing? That didn't make sense at all. Who is he? He wasn't Mathis. I was probably not the only one who noticed something strange about him. Does that have to do with that strange metal button we saw in the back of his neck? Barreau leapt back as blood continued to drip from his side.
くもどうしてなんでよりにもよって兄さんを神ゆくロードを殺したんだ。
Bro observed the young man, who brandished his knife in order to avenge his brother's death. He lifted his hood just a bit, revealing his mouth. What was it? Voice drop? Voice drop? No. What? I did not kill anyone from the Claude family. Huh? He spoke. I feel like Barreau would not be lying about something like that, right? What's the point of lying? Like, he didn't deny he didn't kill people, just not anyone from the Claude family. Blood flew from his mouth as he screamed.
僕は確かにお前が兄さんと両親を殺しているところを見たんだ。
Is the whole Barreau thing, like Barreau's just a name, but Barreau's multiple people like that. Looks like it's an organization. Every one of them is called Barreau on the outside.
あの夜、お前は倒れる兄さんの上にまたがって何度も探検で。
The air seemed to shake as he screamed, but still. Silence. Barreau shook his head in denial. This man murdered countless people and boldly fought off all the opponents who tried to capture him. It was hard to imagine that he would make excuses now for what he had done. Yeah, it's not like he's backed up into a corner to try and deny his involvement in killing Camille, which meant... I feel like Barreau's telling the truth here. I'm so sorry. Was it the same cloak and everything? Bro, if there's some twist that Mathis is the one who killed his brother, I am going to be so pissed off. And he just doesn't remember it. Mathis froze. Why the question mark? Is he back? No, it's doing the thing again. What does that mean? What does that mean? No. Wait a minute. Hold on. We know the brother is real because John has talked about it, unless John's lying too. Okay, so something is happening to Mathis. There's something definitely not right about him. I was gonna say natural, but like he's definitely been manipulated scientifically. I guess that's how you could say it. Like maybe memories? That's what it seems like. John, I swear to God, you better have solutions. Give me answers. At the sudden noise, Mathis screamed while holding his head. Bro, somebody has that damn choker on so you can't see the button. Mathis? Is it a right to approach him? He still has that knife in his hand, right? I ran toward Mathis as he continued to scream with his head in his hands. Oh, please no. Please no. Multiple personalities? Is that what we're doing here? He's going through like different versions of himself? Well, bro said, okay, bye. No, but bro really just left. Bro pieced out. There's no other reason for him to stay. After observing Mathis groan in pain, Bro jumped against the walls and swiftly departed. John, I swear to God, you better have answers. You're like the only one who would have answers at this point, right? Mathis could no longer endure the pain and suddenly vomited onto the ground. Oh, he ain't good, he ain't good. I had no clue what was happening to Mathis. But there's something I knew I had to do. I need to find help. A woman came running to us from behind. Why is she still out? Who are you? Yes, can we trust her? No, I don't like that. She just came out of nowhere. I asked her for help and lifted Mathis up, hoping that we could carry him out more quickly than trying to call the corpse. Everyone else is seeking shelter, and why aren't you? I know a reason why we're out here, but you're here is kind of suspicious. Why did you go into the alley? Are you that nice, or are you just messing with me? That's not the Barreau that was there, right? Does she have a wound on her side? Can I see some bleeding, please? What? I'm sorry, my friend who passed away was a lover. We did not know anything about Camille having a lover. We know John had a lover. Are they lying to me? What? What? No, stop it. What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh no, it's getting more convoluted. Don't do this to me. That's too much information to have to keep check now. What do you mean? Oh my god, no. No. I refute all this information that is being given to me. What do you mean? I could have... And I'm misremembering things? Is this game gaslighting me? No, Rosalie, if I remember correctly, hopefully I am, that is supposed to be John's lover, and she was part of a noble family. The reason they didn't get together, because she didn't want to be reliver. She wanted to keep that one life with her and John. She unfortunately was killed. We know that. But they're saying she was the lover and a prostitute for Camille. What do you mean? Who's lying? Who's telling the truth? Is John lying? Can we trust John? No. Rosalie? Wait. Isn't that the name of the butler, John's lover?
John?
Was there never a what do you mean? No. What do you mean he was John? He was with the family the whole time. So she used to be a prostitute. What do you mean? So we have multiple people at least telling us Camille was a resident. So we know Camille is an actual person. He did live and was killed. But someone doesn't know who John is when John and Camille have been together since they were kids. Is John telling the truth? John's a liar. Can we not trust him? I was thinking about not trusting him at the very beginning when he was very cagey and dodgy about the whole Rosalie thing. But then he talked about it. I was like, oh yeah, I can trust him. Can I not trust him? No, they were childhood friends. And now John serves Camille's younger brother, Mathis. Is there no Mathis? What do you mean? Wait. Then... Oh my god, hold on. Have we... Can I see a picture of Camille, please? There's so many things that are not adding up now. If she is saying Camille was the only child, no childhood friends, John and Mathis should not be here. But that contradicts so many things that we know, especially what John and Mathis have told us. They're so intertwined together. How does this... Can I get answers, please? Then Mathis's memories, are they fabricated? And John, please no. Wait a minute. Is there something I just never picked up on? Then who was he? Like, they seem so, like they know each other. And Mathis had the memories. John, who the hell are you? Can I trust you? But we have Mathis right here. What? What? As if responding to the word Camille. Crazy theory. What if Mathis is some weird reliver experiment? He's a reliver of Camille, but with separate memories to make it seem like he's Camille's younger brother, even though he is Camille. I don't know. Mathis's eyelids twitched. Is that what Camille said before he was killed? I need answers. I need answers so bad. What do you mean? What do you mean? This makes no sense. Oh my god, Gabe, what are you doing to me? What? John?
俺としたことが
What do you mean?
カメラに残ってた。俺とロザリーの関係を知っている娼婦は
Is John Camille?
もう全員始末したと思ったのにな。まさかこんな
You're lying! You're lying!
始末し損ねたネズミがまだ残っているなんて。愛しいロザリーに知られたら、カミーユは相変わらずドジねって可愛らしく叱られてしまうよ。
Is John Camille? He just killed her? No, don't switch pose. Oh my god, what do you mean? What do you mean? I could never trust John this whole time?
これはひどいな。いつもとは手口が違うが、これもブローの仕業なのか。おい、いつまでうずくまってるんだ。死体なら前回奴が起こした犯行で見慣れただろう。
No, but... Shit. It's been a while since I'm trying to think at the beginning of the route. Oh my god, hold on. Let me stop theorizing. Let me just play through. I'll try and theorize at the end. I'm just gonna make myself even more confused. We cannot trust John. Okay. Well...
おぞましい。女の腹をナイフでかっ切るなって。奴はどうかしている。
Is that the lady who tried to help us earlier? Or is that the one he killed before? Please give me answers, John. What are you doing? Why are you doing this? Come on. He forced me to follow him with his knife. Yeah, I don't think we got a choice at this point. Please give me answers. I knew this mansion. Am I at the end of his route? I knew the hallway. I knew these walls. But I didn't know there were hidden stairs here.
さあ、 どうぞ。
Am I near the end of Mathis's route? Because everything, all this info just came out of nowhere. I thought it'd take a bit longer.
こちらがマティス坊ちゃんの本当の自室でございます。
His real room? Is that's oh okay. There, inside this cold and dark underground room. Oh Jesus Christ! Oh, as I say by sheer realistically, there's some tools that look pretty bloody, some kind of was it scratch marks, the number marks? I don't know what you call them, but the one you do the 4 and the scratch across for 5. Oh yeah, okay. What the hell is Mathis? He's not human. My precious person was connected to some unknown device. The tubes extended from the device, which were connected to his arms, legs, and neck. He showed no signs of resistance, and instead had his eyes closed like a puppet. John, what are you doing? Why are you taking pictures? Suddenly, a flash of light was accompanied by a high-pitched sound. Surprised, I turned around to discover him pointing his camera toward Mathis. This is so wild!
記録完了。経過は良好だ。
What evidence? Who are you? He was speaking differently now. Bro, such a good actor though! He even sounded like the person that Mathis told me about during his memories as a child. He then walked over to Mathis and stood by his side as if to offer— Is that Camille? The camera's flash and sound woke Mathis. His eyelids slowly lifted to reveal his eyes. Does he— How would he— The mouse— Hold up, mouse? Crap, the mouse is not showing it, but at his neck. That's where that weird little silver metal button was when we were drying his hair. Oh my god, so you plugged him in. Is he not fully human? Like mechanical parts? He immediately reacted, calling John's name in a confused voice. He was completely bound and couldn't move, but I could still see him, still shaking from the uncertainty of the situation. Oh, Mathis, I'm so sorry, buddy. John's not who you thought he was. Is John actually John, or is he Camille? Like he would—
あいつに殺された兄さんたちの姿を。
ねえ、こっそり見ていましたが、あの言葉には俺も。
John, bro, we better stop lying.
あいつ、喋るんだな。しかもお前の問いに答えることまでできただなんて。
Bro, wipe his name off there. I don't trust him.
命令に従うだけの従順な化け物だって自慢げに聞かされてたんだけどな。ま、ただの比喩だったってことか。
Huh? Only now did Mathis and I realize that John's mannerisms and style of speech changed.
どうしたの？僕の兄さんが殺された日のこと。
おいおい、勝手に兄さんを殺すなんてお前も悪い子に育ったな。
I can't tell. Please give me answers. Stop playing around this. Give me the info. Is that Camille? I see.
死神のお嬢さん。
It's been Camille this whole time? What do you mean?
残念ながら出来損ないの我が
What do you mean?
言わないと何も理解できないらしい。
Why was he pretending? Did he not like Mathis this whole time?
だから君の口から 教えて
Oh
や
my
ってくれよ。
god, what do you mean? Don't do this to Mathis. His brother was his everything.
俺が一体誰なのかさ。
Yeah, there is no trusting him at all. I don't, what is his motivation for all of this? I need to know. I took a deep breath. I was actually hoping I was wrong, and that this was all a bad dream. But my breath was very real. I knew that this wasn't just some nightmare. You're Camille. You're Camille Claude. Sorry, Mathis, you had to fight out this way. Okay, so with that information, we do have confirmation. There was a scene. Wait, was it him? Or was it... There was a flashback of Mathis being stuck inside, Oh! Okay, a lot of things makes much more sense. So we did have a flashback of, Mathis being mistreated by his parents, like being abused, them calling him useless, a waste of space, stuff like that, stuck in the basement. And I cannot remember if Mathis was the one who told us this info, or was it John? And I have to go back. Because if it was Mathis telling us this info, then fake memories were implanted in him to make him think all of that. And if it was John, who's actually Camille, who told us all that info, we would just take it at face value. It wasn't real. And that makes sense. While earlier, Mother was telling us how the Claude family, like the parents were such nice people, how the mother was nice and gentle and shy, and she wanted to make a book to read to her kids, and that contradicted. So I was wondering, were the family just putting on a front in front of people, be that good, upstanding citizen, but behind doors they were horrible and abusing their one son? But it turns out, I guess the whole abusing thing was all a goddamn lie. What do you mean? And the mother was actually really nice. Okay.
お見事。大正解。
Okay, we just need motivation. Claude, Camille, why? And there it is, the name change.
いやー、最高だね。いい加減本名を名乗りたくてたまらなかったんだ。
How long has he been doing this charade as playing as John?
生きていることを黙ってて本当にごめんな。
No! Bitch, I'm not taking your sorry after everything you've done.
俺の可愛い可愛い
Duh.
弟くん。
Is that sudden contempt? Do you even like Mathis? What is the reason for this? Seeing the new John. No. Seeing Camille. Mathis gasped in surprise.
ジョンが 神湯兄さん。
I need to know, were those memories real or fake? Mathis, oh my god, buddy, can
何言っ
you...
てるの？そんな冗談ありえないよ。だって僕と兄さん、ジャンは昔からずっと3人一緒だったじゃないか。
Mm-hmm.
へえ、それって誰の記憶？その記憶に映っているのは本当に俺だった？
I'm just now looking, and the very back behind John, there was that little test tube thing with the flowers, and I didn't really look at it properly, but there is a silhouette and it looks like it's a woman. Is that Rosalie? He's doing this for Rosalie. That's what I'm assuming at this point, but I don't understand what the whole plan is. Camille continued to speak, as if trying to stab him with frozen blades of ice.
そうだ。優秀なお嬢さんはその記憶の真実にもちょっと気づきかけているんじゃないか？
Is that what the stolen memories from? There's no way. I don't know anything. Please don't look at me, bro. You guys are having a brotherly spat. Just go ahead.
へえ、本当に？こっそり監視を雇って観察してたけどな。
What?
すっごい偶然が重なって何人も出会ってきたんじゃないの？
Which peoples? What do you mean? You hired people? Who? which means Barreau.
ああ、数年前、大事な兄を。
These random NPCs?
本当なら、俺が直接仇を取ってやりたかったんだけど、この衛兵にも逆らえない、こんな貧弱な身じゃな。
How many more?
大事な兄をブローに殺された男。
Bro, how many people did you pay off just to spout this nonsense with me? Who else?
ルイ君？ええ、もちろん覚えているわよ。両親に虐待されていたところを偶然私が保護してあなたに預けた男の子だったわよね。あれからもう10年以上経つけれど元気にしている？
ええ、今はうちの臨時職員として立派に働いてくれています。ただずっと暗い地下に閉じ込められていたせいか暗所恐怖症になってしまったみたいで、夜に部屋の明かりが消えると泣き叫んでしまうんです。
両親に虐待を受けて暗い地下室に閉じ込められていた男。
Bro is just spreading this info? I don't know anything. We're in such denial. All of this just matches up with Mathis. There's no way. I thought it was just a throwaway line. I thought it was gonna be something more, but the next scene didn't really talk about it. It's like, oh, just a throwaway line. I guess not. Oh my gosh. I don't think similar is the right word to use. Why did he do that? That makes no... Okay, I'm gonna just... Yep. Okay, I thought... Yep, slow down. Yeah. Anyone else? Anyone else?
車の運転がおかしいぐ。
Bro, stop it, please. Can you give me a break? My brain is melting.
そして。
And? If it's that little boy.
死神に立ち向かう男と女のロマンあふれる恋を描いたこの弟の小説とタイトルから内容まで全く同じ。
Yeah?
いやー、実に不思議だな。彼女が今日出会った男たちも
Why is it in quotations?
まるでマティスの記憶をバラバラにして生み出された
Yeah,
物語
okay.
の登場人物みたいじゃないか。
And why? Why did you spread that?
なんてな。実際は逆。
What are you...
ご心配なく。坊ちゃんにとってこれは日課の
Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Bro, can I get a break? Okay, I'm gonna take a juice break so I can just process all this info they gave me. Bro, I'm not reading all that right now. Hold on, chat. We're taking a break because I just need time to process everything. The game has just told me everything has been flipped upside its head. This game's killing me. I had suspected John a little when he was talking about Rosalie and wouldn't really show a photo of it in his locket. And I was so confused. I'm like, there's something sus about this story. But then he goes on and talks about her and gives info. It's like, oh, okay, understandable. I can trust John. I guess not. Wow. Actually was not expecting the story to go this way at all. Okay, I'm gonna take a juice break. Just give me like 2 minutes, y'all. I do not know how close to the end of his route I am, honestly. But I feel like we still got a few more scenes. At least let me know why Camille did all of this, what this whole plan was for, and what is Mathis. Obviously, not an actual organic human. There's all this technology in the basement too, and that had to come from somewhere. And he had to learn how to use all of this technology. I think his ultimate goal, reviving Rosalie, that body is still there. That is suspicious. I don't know how he thinks he's gonna do it though, in some really weird roundabout way. But okay, let's see what Camille has in store for us. Brother. His wailing wasn't a part of him. I'm sorry. I'll be a good boy, so please. He looked up at his imaginary parents that only he recognized. Don't worry, I'm with you. Who was that consoling him? And is that mother?
あなたが書いた小説だなんて最高の贈り物だわ。大切に読ませてもらうわね。あなたみたいな身分を超えた友人を持てたこと、私一生の誇りにするわ。
Someone who was calling the person Emily. This Amelie was very satisfied that she was able to share a novel she had spent so much time writing. Okay.
思い出したろ？お前のその記憶はたくさんの人間の記憶を組み合わせて作り上げたいわば継ぎはぎなんだよ。
Bro, he's just an agglomeration of different people's memories. Holy shit. And the funny thing is that Cian said the technology wouldn't even allow something like that to actually happen. It would just not work out. But here it is working out for Mathis for some reason. The backup memory data that was stolen from the Institute. The artificial life that Cian explained was needed in order to download memories from other sources. Mathis was never born, like an actual baby or anything. Is that where this is going? The many people I had seen and heard who shared similar memories to what I had heard elsewhere.
いいか？お前はリライバーでもなければ、純粋な人間でもない。
He was made like in a test tube, basically. Everything was starting to lead me to the same conclusion.
人工的な記憶と特殊な細胞を提供してくれたたくさんの女性の犠牲から生まれた俺の愚かで可愛い
Oh, that's the word! Homunculus, that's the word I was trying to think of. Okay, okay.
恋愛感情の誕生おめでとう
Why though? From this moment, the young man's revenge, everything he was doing was for no reason. It was all lies. That's gonna break someone. And Mathis is already so sensitive.
その感情が今度はどれだけ持つか俺に観察させてくれ
Was reborn into utter despair. I don't think I can get him out of this one, y'all. Will the power of love work? Can the power of love get someone out of some depression once they realize their whole life has been a lie? The person that they trusted this whole time was a liar? Can I get a break, please? Oh my god. Chapter 4, baby! Is that the last chapter for Mathis? I don't know.
もはや語るべき言葉は何もない。
There really is nothing else to say in this situation, right?
物語を紡ぐ筆者がいるのなら、我らはページをめくるだけでいい。ああ、 だがしかし悩ましい。過去の愛に準じる共愛と未来に救いがない純愛。やあ、そこにいる君。君はどちらの恋物語がお好きかな？
アルペシェールの名門クロード家には一つの秘密がある。
Backstory. All who live in this country knew the story of the drifter who washed ashore long ago. He brought with him 4 books, all of which had been lost, save for the one on genetics.
クロード家はそのうちの1冊を他の漂流者から直接受け取っている。
And that one was? The book governed the knowledge of words. From the west to the far east. A universal translation tomb that made it possible to understand the words of any country. New knowledge and culture from the outside world washed up to this isolated place. The Claude served the royal family, translating and publishing foreign texts for all to understand. That was the original mission tasked to the Claude family. Monsieur Rudge Claude, and Madame Emily Claude. Oh, hold on. Kitties. Okay, Price, you move in, buddy? You're awake? Yeah. Walk. There you go. My parents were just as you might expect. They served the Upper Chile royal family, known for its corruption. My father was an officer who served a now dead member of the royal family. He wed my mother, not because of love, but politics. Ooh. I, Camille Claude, was born as the only son of 2 obstinately loyal citizens of the country.
カミーユ、お前がリライバーになるときは、いつかこのクロード家のもう一つの使命を。
Is he actually reliver?
だからそれまでの自由を許す代わりにリライバーになる時が訪れた時、クロード家の当主の座とその使命を継いでほしいの。
Did he ever become one? Or is he telling the truth of not being reliver? What my parents told me wasn't a bad deal. So I spent my days fooling around for prostitutes day in and day out. Jesus! Okay. Alright. Definitely was not what I was expecting. Oh! At one point, John/Camille told us when he was still lying about Rosalie, how she was a noble family and how her family didn't like her going with someone lower, a commoner. They were so mad. Is that what happened here? He met Rosalie, fell in love, and his family was pissed off at him.
とある酒場で彼女ロザリーに出会うまでは。
It's so interesting though. He's doing all of this for love for Rosalie. I actually kind of like that motivation, even though he's a horrible person at this point. Actually, him doing this for love kind of makes me like him just a little bit more. Rosie lived a life scorned by society. As someone who was born in the slums, became a reliver prostitute. What do you mean? So she was a reliver. But with her golden hair, she was so beautiful that she won everyone's hearts. I was completely captivated the moment I laid eyes on her, so he lied about that shit too! Yes, it was love at first sight.
苦しいほど君のことを愛してる。美しいロザリー、どうか俺の妻になってくれ。
出会ったばかりの娼婦に求婚だなんて。
Ooh. She always teased me, but Rosalie wasn't like the others. She never looked down on her background or her profession. She was a woman who loved beautiful flowers, lived with the sort of grace that silenced any unreasonable word. The more I got to know her, the more I fell in love, and each day, I tried to persuade her to marry me. Rosalie would laugh off my proposals, but soon,
私がこの国を呪う死神のようなあなたの財産目当ての性悪だったらどうするの？
なに、その時は俺もそんな君にふさわしい悪党になればいい。そうすれば俺たち嫌な奴同士でお似合いだろ。
もう本当に悪趣味な人。けれどそんな悪趣味なあなたが好きよ。
God, I'm so mad. I'm smiling at this scene. In the end, she responded to me favorably. That the time came for us to marry. It was then that I broke one of my promises to my parents. Turning to a reliver would make people lose the love they felt. So I gave up on extending my life. Even if we died from death's curse, we vowed that we would end our lives together at the age of 23. My parents fought back when I told them I wouldn't become a reliver, and that I would take a prostitute named Rosalie as my wife. But they could tell no preaching would change my mind, so they gave in, saying that they would allow me what I wanted so long as I fulfilled my role as their heir until they bore another child. After some time had passed, Rosalie and I were expecting our first child. No, stop! Why are you making this even sadder? Stop it!
ありがとう。本当にありがとう、ロザリー。
Don't tell me she died or was killed while pregnant. I'm gonna be so Stop it. Why is this game making this even more tragic?
君も、君から生まれてくる子も、俺がまとめて幸せにしてやるからな。
Bro, how?
でもまずは無事に結婚式を挙げなくちゃね。
I was overjoyed. I believed that our happiness would continue until the day we died. To be honest, it was blind faith. But such happiness would not last long in a land cursed by death. Yeah, of course. The day before our small church wedding, Rosalie fell ill. She told me that her chest hurt. Rosalie thought it might be something other than morning sickness, so she went to a doctor alone. She went by herself. I had been busy, preparing to succeed the family business and taking care of her. So she left without telling me anything. She didn't want to burden me any further. I never knew that would be the last time we would speak. That night. Oh, he found her. He found her dead. Oh my god. Rosalie and the tiny life growing inside her were killed. It was not Barreau? What do you mean? Bitch was jealous? Her killer was a prostitute from the slums who worked with Rosalie before. Is that why all these prostitutes are being killed? Was Bro pissed off at them? She was envious of Rosalie for finding happiness with a man from a noble family. So she dragged her into one of the alleys. There, she used a dull blade to stab her over and over again. That's the memory that Mathis has of when he thinks it's his brother being dragged and stabbed over and over again. The knife made its way through Rosalie's abdomen to our baby, Oh, they're really okay.
起きてくれよ。俺の愛しい花嫁様。俺たち明日結婚式なんだぞ。君がいなきゃお腹にいる子供の名前入れられないじゃないか。
The death of my love. It was more than enough to plummet me to the depths of despair. Can I get a break, please? I'm enjoying this.
俺が俺。娼婦を狙う失踪事件の真犯人。配達人カミーユ・クロードと。
Based on my reactions, you guys can definitely tell I'm enjoying this, but holy shit, this is so sad. There's so much despair in this game, much more than I expected. They just keep piling it onto you every single turn. There is no break after we found out about Camille.
恋人ロザリーの本当の馴れ初めだ。
Okay. So we at least know the prostitute killings is by Camille. Oh, I wonder how they're gonna work this into the other routes. There's just something so big. You can't hide it, right? Hey, that's not his fault. It was a love story with a tragic ending. Bro, what am I supposed to say? R.I.P. Rosalie? There's nothing for us to say. As if confident that we wouldn't get away, he removed all of Mathis's restraints, except for those that bound his ankles. Or what am I supposed to do at this point, honestly? As for me, he didn't even bother tying me down with a rope. He must have known that I had no intention of escaping now, because the person in front of us looked mad as he told the story of his lost love with a strange sense of happiness. That's her, right? Beneath the Claude family mansion was a hidden chamber used for experiments. Inside was a large tank filled with beautiful flowers and water. John, no. Camille walked over and gently brushed his hand over the glassy surface.
どうだ俺の恋人は俺が話した以上に美人だ。
Damn, I love this twisted love in John though. That's the kind of content I would love so much.
愛しいロザリー。くだらない嫉妬心で殺された。俺にとって世界で一番美しい女。
Damn, man. John, a character kind of like John, his motivations like that would go so hard as a love interest. I would play the crap out of his route. Inside the tank, filled with water and flowers, was a woman sleeping peacefully. No, to be specific, I knew exactly who was submerged inside. She's Rosalie. Her pale skin showed no signs of warmth. It was very clear that she had been dead for a while. I could only guess the stab wounds he spoke of were hidden under her dress.
さすがに俺も答えて、初めてリライバー技術ってもんにすがりつきかけたよ。大事な約束を破ってでも、ロザリーにまた会いたいってな。
That's interesting. Even though you had that promise of never being a reliver, you would still do whatever it is, even breaking your promise just to see her alive again.
けどロザリーは俺との愛に準じようとしていたがゆえにバックアップを取っていなかった。
Oh, that is true. So how are you gonna, personality-wise, get her back?
かろうじて遺体は残っているが、ロザリーをロザリーたらしめていた肝心の記憶だけはどうにもならない。
So what resulted was him preserving her cold body in that tank. Then again, I already knew by now that this person wasn't normal at all. It wouldn't give up so easily.
まっとうな方法でロザリーを取り戻すことができないのなら、まっとうじゃない方法を使うまで。
How long are you gonna do this for, though?
そのためなら俺はどんなものだって犠牲にしてみせる。
Bro, he makes such a good yawn today, too. His eyes were swimming in madness. Camille continued to speak in detail about truth behind his lies and his hope of reuniting with his beloved Rosalie. In order to revive Rosalie back to her own self, I went to the Institute to find anyone who would share their knowledge with me. But no one would help, and I returned to the mansion in grief. But one day, I received a letter from an unnamed soul who offered to assist me in my research efforts. This stranger gave me the technical knowledge and equipment required to implement Reliver technology. We don't know who that is either. I'm assuming if they don't tell us who that unnamed person is, we might learn that in Cien's route. And so, this mad laboratory was created. Recreating her body was one thing, but all efforts would be meaningless without a backup of her memory. I was taught the basic knowledge to create false memories by both my benefactor and another aspiring researcher. The rest I did on my own, and by stealing the memory data from the Institute, I succeeded in recreating Rosalie's memory. The rest was for me to properly nurture her artificial memories through my experiments. And the body I used to nurture that memory was Mathis. That's the only reason why he was made. Okay. He made Mathis a homunculus only to house and nurture the memories of Rosalie. So I'm assuming once he is satisfied with all of that process, he's just going to transfer all those memories to Rosalie and just kill Mathis because Mathis has no purpose other than that. Wait. So the reason Mathis's personality changes sometimes is... Oh!
じゃあつまりイさんやシャンとの温かな思い出も。
そうだ。他人の記憶から作り上げた偽物。
Wait, Mathis, all your memories with me are real though. All your memories with me are real though. Think about those. Think about those. Please, please, please. Do not fall into despair.
虐待していた両親も、お前が打つべき仇も、大好きなお兄様も信頼していた執事も、最初から存在すらしていなかったんだよ。
Which would explain why Barreau was so confused when he heard Mathis's angry accusations. As for John, he disguised himself with clothing and a different personality to keep the neighbors unaware of his true identity. How... How different is Camille compared to John? Like, appearance-wise, did he dye his hair and maybe wear some contacts and people wouldn't be able to know? Because if it's like the same hair or maybe just grown out, I figure some people are like, you kind of look like Camille, right?
仮に偽物の記憶を構築できたとしても、適性のないクローン体に記憶をダウンロードすれば、拒絶反応が出てすぐに死に至るはず。
I guess not.
それができるんだな。
Bro just kept on trying.
できちゃうんだよな。
Is Mathis the first body he made, or was there more?
お前の培養にはリライバーとは違って普通の遺伝子は使ってないから。本人のものじゃない記憶を肉体を作成した後ではなく、作成する前に。
What Cien was talking about?
そっちのお嬢さんはすでにかの天才科学者から答えを得てると思うけど。
Yeah.
ヤンさんのあの人から何か
I
聞いたん
mean,
ですか？
do you really want to know? Now that he mentions it, it was back at the institute when there was some commotion about memory backups going missing. Yeah, it works if it's like prenatal.
例えるなら大凶が近い。お前も聞いたことぐらいはあるだろう。
Yes, like how a pregnant woman might play music or tell stories for the fetus to listen to. I heard those kind of things can affect the baby's personality and even their memory.
それと同じ理屈だ。生命になる前のとある細胞に記憶のダウンロードという名の大凶を施してやれば。
So you're saying it's possible to have a baby born with someone else's memory? That's what Cian said to me before.
大凶。それに生まれる前って。
This game better not say what I think it's gonna say. I'll be so pissed off. I swear to God.
そっか。
人工的な記憶と特殊な細胞を提供してくれたたくさんの女性の犠牲から生まれた。
Do not tell me the prostitutes he killed. He took the flesh out of them and used it to make Mathis. Oh my God. Do not confirm it. Game, do not confirm that. Do not confirm that stupid theory. I swear to God.
俺の愚かで可愛い出来損ないの。
Don't confirm it. Don't confirm it.
あなたが配達人の噂を流し。
He was the reason I was there. Oh my God. That's why.
わざわざ娼婦だけを。
That's why we didn't even get to see one that night we pretended.
そう。
Bro, he's so diabolical, but I kind of like it. Kimio gave an eerie grin. He then looked at me as a woman no different from his victims. Damn, dude, my bad. Sorry for existing. His eyes looked over. Not my face, but rather a place low. My abdomen.
生命になる前のとある細胞に記憶のダウンロードという
How did he make that work?
施してやれば。
Would you need the whole body? Back then, Xian's vagueness about this cell wasn't because it was difficult to explain.
妊娠した女の腹に宿った胎児に至る前の胚細胞。その誰でもない状態の細胞になら別人の記憶を強引にダウンロードすることができる。お前は数々の犠牲と失敗を経て生み出された。
Okay.
唯一の成功例なわけだ。
So Mathis is not the first one. That's what I was assuming. There were many more before him that did not make it. Is it important to know which prostitute he came from? It was because the experiment he was referring to, it was beyond even what Cian would discuss. If Cian wouldn't even do it, you know it's diabolical. John cruelly went on to say that Mathis never had a childhood and was born a year ago? He's only technically a year? I instantly, girl, I'm doing the same thing. He was completely mad with love. Bro, that is so much information just to give to Mathis and this one moment. I would just be passed out. I would mind break, basically. This is mind breaking. Realizing the sacrifices made for him to be born, Mathis crumbled to the floor.
やだ。やだ。やだ。やだ。お願い。やめて。もうこれ以 のか。
Camille slowly walked toward Mathis and looked him in the eye.
自分で自分を否定するな。そんなこと最初から決まってるだろ。
He smiled gently, patting Mathis on the shoulder.
俺が愛したあの頃のロザリーを蘇らせるための使い捨ての実験動物にな。
Mathis has finally reunited with... No. He finally met his brother for the first time, coming face to face with a sinister smile. Bro, can I get a cutscene? Not a cutscene. Can I get a break, please? Like switching pose? I could almost hear Mathis's heart shatter into a million pieces. Oh, can I? Oh, yeah, he's kind of... He ain't well. Perhaps he didn't have any tears left to cry. Mathis dejectedly looked down to the floor. How is he gonna come back from this info, though? Meanwhile, Camille looked down at Mathis without any concern whatsoever. Oh, that hurts so much.
はあ、このぐらいで黙り込むのかよ。
What did you expect?
そういう人格にしようと記憶を作ったのは俺だけど、ここまでつまんないやつだと呆れるしかないわ。
I glared sharply at Camille on Mathis's behalf.
そう睨んでくれるなよ。妊娠してない女に危害を加える気は全くないんだ。
Is that supposed to be a good thing? You might not think so, but I have a good reason to glare at you. Even if you implanted false memories in his mind. Mathis looked up to and loved Camille and John like brothers. He does not care, girl! You don't feel anything looking at him like this. He did not care. He was a means to an end.
特に何も。だってそういう感情を抱くよう俺が記憶を構築したわけだし。
He shrugged, as if he couldn't care less. Camille scratched his head, as if annoyed. Nothing I said would get through to him. I grabbed one of the weapons near me that he must have used to kill the prostitutes. We're doing what now? I mean, might as well. We're stuck down here. We don't know what he has plans for us, but okay.
俺を倒してマティスを実験体から解放してみせる。やってみても構わないけど、自由になればマティスは死ぬぞ。
Camille scoffed at me, saying that the same would happen if he was captured by the corpse.
こいつは所詮は元素人の俺がゼロから生み出したホムンクルス。耐久度はそんなに高くない。現に今も遺伝子が齟齬に気づき始めて頻繁に脳が崩壊を起こしかけてるから、俺が毎晩最新の記憶をダウンロードしてやることでごまかし、どうにか生きながらえてるんだ。
And that's why he should have been back home every night. He chuckled, as if expecting me to understand.
マティスが少しでも長く生きるためには
We need him.
お兄様であるこの俺の実験動物であり続けるしか他に選択肢はないんだよ。
Can we get Xian to do something? But if Xian finds out, then...
確かに可能だろうな。特にシアンにとっちゃ俺が開発した技術なんておもちゃみたいなもんだ。
Is the message we're supposed to deliver from Xian to John, would that somehow help us?
けど違法な人体実験で作られたホムンクルスにまともな人権なんてあると思うか？
Let me play his route, and maybe I can give you an answer?
よくて実験体域、悪くて殺処分。
Are you just gonna let me go?
シアンが論理を確立しながらも実際にホムンクルスを作らなかったのはそういうことじゃねえの？
Camille gloated, as if he attained victory. Mathis and I couldn't say a word. What he was saying might be a ruse to escape the situation. I mean, I can't tell if he's lying or not, but I feel like he's telling the truth, because Cien did tell us about the whole memory thing. But even so, I gave up and let go of the knife. No matter how slim the possibility might be, I couldn't go against him and risk Mathis's death. So what do we do from here? Just... Hours later. Apparently, Adolphe and the others learned that we went missing and immediately set out to find our whereabouts. Don't tell me they talked to John, bro. It's like, oh, I don't know where they went. Camille told us with a smile how we told him that he didn't know where we went. Of course he did. Please, someone tell he was lying. But because Mathis was chasing after Barreau before he went missing, they didn't see Camille as a suspect when he invited Adolphe and the others over to the... We're stuck inside, aren't we? Similar to the missing prostitutes, they suspected Barreau to be at fault for our own disappearance. Bro.
いやー、俺が仕組んだこととはいえ、こんだけ無実の罪をかぶせられる
His waist, hello. He looks kind of nice though. Oh, I should pause. I should save here. Oh my god. Hold on.
文句を言いたくても言いに来れないだろうけどな。
We're saving. I need a break. This is an overload. I'm enjoying this a lot, but holy crap, we'll definitely continue this next week, because my god, so much information was just given to me. I'm enjoying this so much though. Understandable why people highly recommend this one. And this is only our first route. How mind-bendingly despairful would the other routes be in this game? Oh my god. Yeah, so I am stopping here for the day. I need to just think happy things. I need to watch lots of cute, happy cat videos. Maybe listen to my favorite fictional idol songs. I was recently listening to a Legendary song. What was it? I'll Show You from Idolmaster Side M. That song is a banger. I listened to that on repeat as I got ready for stream today. I'm gonna do that again after stream. We have learned a lot of information, and I don't know which ending I am getting. We're on chapter 4. Considering the situation, this might be the last chapter before we actually get an ending, so I'm not sure really how much longer this route has, but I believe next Monday when I play it again, I'm just gonna play all the way through until we get an ending, and hopefully it's not too long. But yeah, that's it for today's stream. Tomorrow we have 2 streams. I'm gonna play the update to the Freak Circus at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time we're gonna be playing Valkyrie Heart. It is a new spicy Otome gacha. I will be playing the Safe for Work version on stream, and I'll kind of give like a quick review of what I think about the game. Playing it for about a week, it's been out. Is this a visual novel? It is! This one is full of despair. It is Virche Evermore. It is an Otome game that was released in English, I think about 2 or 3 years ago. Highly recommend it. I'm only on my first route, but my god, this shit hurts so much. They just pile despair and despair upon you, and then you just don't know what to do with it. I am drowning in despair. Ooh, yeah, it's really good, honestly. I've been enjoying playing it. I love all the characters. And it makes me wonder how the other routes will deal with everything. Considering this situation, we just found out Mathis isn't even a real person. He's a homunculus. How will that information affect the other routes, even though he's not the main character? Especially knowing now that John is a fake-ass person. He's not who he says he is, and he's important to the story. So yeah, that's a lot to think about until next week. But yeah, that is it for today's stream. I'll see you guys all later. Bye-bye.